Welcome to Take 5, a podcast brought to you by Newleaf Training and Development. Each edition is an inspiring interview with a leader worth listening to. Enjoy.
Hey, I'm Paul Butler. I'm one of the client partners at Newleaf Training and Development, and I'm so delighted today to be joined by Todd Kostjuk. And Todd is the CFO and VP of Administration at the Masters University here in Santa Clarita, California, where we're based. Todd, can you believe it? For 20 years now here at Newleaf, we focus on our core purpose of just simply helping people and organizations better manage themselves, lead others, and grow business acumen. I just wondered what would be your recommended best practices, but please start though by telling us a little bit more about your organization, what you do, and who you serve. So over to you, Todd, and I'll wrap it up when you're done.
Paul, thanks for that introduction. Yeah, as Paul mentioned, I'm the Chief Financial Officer, and that means I oversee all the financial affairs and risk management of the organization. And I'm also the VP of Administration, so that's more of an operational role where I have my hands in many aspects of the operations. I work with a phenomenal team, and the Lord's really just blessed our work here, and it's been a joy to work at the Masters University. I just wrapped up my 10th year, and I can't believe it's gone so quick. So some of the best practices of leadership that I've learned, and I've obviously made a lot of mistakes and learned from a lot of great people that have taught me great leadership principles. And so I'm just going to share a few of them, and I hope they're helpful to you. But I'll just start off with hire the best people, and that is key to everything. You get the right person in there, they're gonna solve, they're gonna lead well, they're gonna be high performers. And when you bring these people on, make sure they know what the organization's mission is. Why do we exist, and what are our goals? Where are we going? I want to make sure the whole team's rowing the boat in the same direction. And that way we're all working together to accomplish the objectives very well of the organization. And some of the things I do in my leadership role, because I have various people that I'm responsible for, is just get out of the way of my people on my team and let them do their job. I think that's a big thing that I need to do, is empower them to do their role very well. No one likes to be micromanaged, and I always tell employees, if I have to micromanage you, then you're probably not the right person. I want to empower you to do your job well, and get obstacles out of your way. And part of my role is I love sports. So I kind of, when you're in any type of leadership role, it's more like we're acting like a coach, and to make sure we're coordinated. And we want to give our teams the tools to perform at their best. All right. And then, and one thing I've learned the hard way when I was younger is sometimes we get desperate to hire somebody for a position, just because we can't find the right fit. But what I've learned is better to leave a position unfilled, so you find someone that's the right fit. And then additionally, leaders always set the example and set the tone and the culture in the organization. And more is caught than taught. So I want to lead by example. I want to be authentic. And I'm not going to ask my employees to do things that I'm not willing to do. And if I mess up, I'm going to admit it. I say, hey, I messed up. That wasn't a good decision. And your employees will respond really well to that. I want to be with my team, in the trenches with my team, and not so aloof that they don't see me as being with them. Additionally, I want to encourage employees to act like an owner and not an employee. That's really big with my employees or the team I get to work with, is always act like an owner. I want to empower you to make decisions and solve problems in real time. I don't want to get stuck in bureaucracy, chain of command. Now, sometimes you have larger decisions that need to go through that, but most of the issues that come up, I want to say, hey, I trust you. I've trained you well. Go ahead and solve it and make a decision. I think that shows the employee really value their contribution to the organization. It really makes them have buy-in as they're a valuable member as part of the team. And then what else I teach the people that work for me, if they're in a supervisory role, I said, if something's not going to plan, it's your fault. It's not your team's fault. So take ownership, blame yourself. Maybe you didn't train your team correctly. Maybe you didn't communicate what was needed to be done, and learn from that. And then when you have employees that are doing well, make sure you praise them publicly, and so forth. And if things aren't going well, handle that privately. We never want to disrespect or embarrass someone on our team, and we wouldn't like being treated that way either. So, and I want to set a high performing culture. So I say everything we do should be done with excellence, from the minute to the major things. Everything we do it well with excellence, and that just sets a great tone Or if we want to be a high performing culture, we're just going to do things very well. And that's expected. And that starts with me and how I do my job. And that's going to filter down through the organization. Additionally, I would say get lots of feedback from your team before making decisions. Let's let them know their opinion is valued. And often the people that we work with know a lot more about a particular issue or situation because they're on the front lines than we do as their supervisor and so forth. And so I make sure to do that because a lot of times that has saved me from making a poor decision. And I really value their feedback. And so basically, and then I'll just end with this. And when you have meetings, because a lot of times we just have meetings and nothing gets done. So when we have meetings, I want to make sure I have a clear purpose and agenda for the group meetings. What are we trying to accomplish? I want meetings to be productive. I want to keep them short and sweet. And I want to have, when we have a meeting, we're going to have action items, who's responsible and due dates. This is more on group meetings. So that way there's accountability. And when we meet again, we follow up on those things. Just to have accountability in the team, and it sets a performance expectation. And then I try to meet with my various people that report to me weekly or bi-weekly, and we just keep those meetings short. Sometimes we're busy, we don't get to interact. Try to keep it to 15 minutes. I have what's going on, how can I help you, how can I serve you? Hey, we talked about this last meeting, how are things going? Just helps us sync. But those are just a few quick tips that have helped me in my role as a leader, and I hope they're helpful to the listeners of this.
Todd, thanks ever so much. I really love that clarity around those items, and I can just see the real practical application of those and the principles underneath those. Again, really appreciate you going over those with us, Todd. If I could, just a shout out to the subscribers to keep an eye on the events page of our website for the activities that we have going on throughout the course of the year. Todd, as is tradition, could I offer you a virtual high five?
Let's do it.
Todd, it's so good to see you, and I look forward to seeing you around the university very soon.
Yeah, we'll do. Blessings. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Todd.
Take care.
I hope you found that interview useful, and if you did, feel free to rate, review, and share this podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode, and we also invite you to check out our other weekly podcast, Going the Extra Mile, which is sure to lift your spirit and encourage you in today's working world. Bye for now.